incredibly strong. If they go for the Sion blind pick here, DRX is going to have a decided lack of pressure, right, and priority in the early game. Yes, your late game in terms of raw power is good. I mean,
he's back.
Listen, if Rascal can kill Khan's Sion, solo kill him, then sure thing. I'm very happy about this, and the Cho'Gath has come more and more into the forefront as one of these, not necessarily blind pickable tanks, but as a really great response when your opponent picks a tank with the one off the board. The other options would be something like the Maokai or the Malphite, neither of which are that great into DRX, and now basically your only enabler is a cask, right? Or Pyosik running through 3 people and like bear slapping someone. That's not great, Valdez. I don't love that.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see if they can make it work here, as that was certainly an interesting draft.
The main takeaway, though, is that you do need to actually get the objective, and they're going to contest here.
Yeah, and Life actually rotates in, and that's going to be the spike going to Klid, and burning down now is Pyosik. First blood to Alistair, very well deserved.
Really good. It's not like Gen G needs to win early. Like, they still have a great late game.
Oh, and look at this. They're actually setting up the gank on a King, and they're going to get his flash now. Even into especially into DRX's comp, I should say, as Solka does have a splash available. He's looking to take this trade aggressively, though. Miss on the attack command, and actually BDD is going to have to flash away from that one. Drake goes the way of DRX, but now the fight is opened up by Gen G, as Becca should explode eventually down there. No, he's actually going to be able to get away, and nobody on the side of DRX will actually go down, so they sneak away that Infernal Drake.
Chem tanks that are... There's number 2.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Okay. Ooh, flash under the turret on the top side here. That's going to be the kill, going the way of Pyosik. That was a really nice idea. No flash on the Orianna means she was just sitting duck.
Presumably, yeah.
I don't know if his cooldown is going to be up in time. No, the Alistair gets back, and now no flash on Pyosik. He's real fast, but the Undertow is going to hit him, and one more reckless swing will get the job done.
You get 2 turrets, and if you throw down immediately, you can get first turbo for your team back, use the available gold, and then go in a little bit more aggressively. Instead, though, you still have teleport and Rascal. Just the presence of Klid in topside means that Rascal can just freely push that turret. And now you get 2 turrets in. Only downside is you don't get to use that gold.
The Udyr thing where he gets a lot of vision down. And they are still going to commit to this. They really want to come on in here and have the 5v5 fight go off, but the Dragon already pretty low here. No chance at a steal. That's going to be extra stats into the pockets of Gen G. As Rascal, he's kind of in an awkward spot, getting Gravity Storm there as he finds Ruler, and they have the damage to take him down right away. What a massive pick from Becca, as they immediately take away that 80 carry from Gen G. They're still on the chase here. It doesn't look like it's going to be an easy chase. Kingan's thinking about it.
Gauge that from Becca. Oh boy.
What? Okay, he actually will be okay. Oh no! It was a ruse all along! That was actually really cool. Really nicely done, showing the power of the Orianna with that slow.
Last year, and DRX just showed it in terms of straight up macro. They can't really match. Maybe Crazy Flank can do it though.
They see him, as there is a ward that he did sweep, but didn't clear. And you can see DRX, they're just like, yeah. They're just kind of threatening them. Trying to threaten them, but actually not committing to it. It's like a dog barking behind a gate, but when you open it up, it's like, well, I'm just going to back down. That's going to be 2 inhibitors going over to Gen G. No fight back from DRX. They had that 1 try in the mid lane, but it's just a lot of stuff handed over to Gen G. It really warps our expectations of what a tank should be, I suppose. As, yeah, this is an important fight, though. You do have the Mountain Soul fight coming on in. Huge engage, and the Wombo combo is just disgusting from Gen G. As Pyosik has to run away with his little Udyr tail between his legs. As Life just struts in front of him, knows he got that amazing engage. As now we have teleports coming in and teleports going out, but it doesn't look like Pyosik got the memo. As he does have a nice little stun, and he's a little bit too fast for big old Cho'Gath. But, another teleport's going to come in now. Maybe BDD can get the job done. Looks like the answer is going to be yes, as BDD will take down the kill. Olaf Klid there picks up the soul, knows what's important in this game, and that's going to do it. 27.5 minutes. Gen G, a very straightforward win. So another engage is going to come on in here. Would have been a double rupture, but Solka did Zonya's. Really nice shockwave comes in, as now they're just playing with their food. Can't wait to hear the comms on this one.
Penta?
Yeah, Penta. Can we dive? Go. Oh, man. Rascal just feasts him right at the end. Post-game breakdown. Should know this by now. It's week 10, but here we are as we're taking a look at the damage and all the good stuff here. 27 minutes in that game.
And honestly, I'm outside of Genji, who just played really well together as a whole. I was super impressed by Klid because Pioshik has actually had the number of a number of junglers. Olaf is not a pick that we really rate that highly at the moment, even acknowledging his early game power, but it was him who caught Pioshik out repeatedly at the best.
Welcome back everybody to the LCK analyst desk for the Friday night, and then today we'll be joined by Jeongyeon Lee, Gorilla, and Kuro. And this is Season with the translation. This is the final week of the LCK Spring regular split, and Genji is about to clinch the second seed of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the draft first. I think no one actually had a huge edge over the other. We had tanks on the top lane, and also we had a very similar comp, mostly late game focused comp. I think Victor was able to have a very strong laning phase in the early game because he doesn't have any CC or survivability, which means he can outlane the opponent, but as the time goes by, I think Victor kind of loses his power because he doesn't have any crowd control. So compared to other champions, mage champions on the mid lane, that's why he's not on the top priority right now. So as we mentioned, that two teams had a very similar comp. It all comes down to a very detailed play and very small mechanical play. And I also thought Lilia was good into Lilia, so I was wondering why Genji played Olaf instead. Most of the times, a lot of teams try to counter Gnar with Jace or other picks, or a lot of teams actually try to play tank champions. So I think mainly because they had, for the damage balance, Genji wanted to play Olaf to complete their composition. So we want to take a look at this first highlight where Alistar saved up his ward during the laning phase, and it all snowballed down really hard. So at this moment in game, you usually expect the opponent support to have one ward totem, but because on the bottom lane, it was melee support versus melee support, which means he didn't really feel any pressure to place a ward during the laning phase, and Pioshik, because he also thought that Alistar would just have only one ward. After clearing one ward, he actually starts the Drake, but Klid, once he saw him starting the Drake, he calls all of his teammates and Genji players are all gathered up to stop Pioshik from getting that Drake. And that objective was really critical for both teams, and Genji was able to start off this game with a really nice note. Udyr was the one who had to pace up the speed in the early game, but Genji was able to get ahead. And now let's take a look at this aggressive play coming out from DRX players. Orianna, prior to this play, used his flash by trading with Solka, so Pioshik was able to punish this situation. However, Klid was able to trade off by stealing away that red camp, and he was also able to pick up the mid lane wave. So it was a fair trade for Genji in the end, and Udyr got exposed by that control ward in that blue camp, so Klid was able to have a clue of his rotation, and Orianna was already at the mid lane. Cho'Gaz had priority on the top lane as well, so I was a little bit perplexed to see Pioshik actually making a rotation to that Herald. In this game in general, I think Pioshik was in a rush. He started off the Herald when his top laner didn't have priority, and when the opponents were having a lot more proximity around that area. I think that mid lane dive attempt was really good and it was well executed. That was the only option that he could pull off at that point in the game. But I think that Herald try was not that necessary and he was kind of out of tempo against Genji. They were focusing on the objective, which made Pyosik to feel very in a rush, but the POG will go over to the opponent jungler. Clid will pick it up with that Olaf play. He also got a solo kill in this game. We didn't have too many kills today in this game, but he was able to pick up a solo kill as a jungler. I think Pyosik did have some reasoning to start off that dragon, but still that was not enough. And also that Herald play was definitely some overextension coming out from Pyosik. I think in this game, Clid was definitely making better map decisions, and also he was really good at reading the whole map. And he was taking a look at the whole situation on the map really well, and he was able to pick up 8 votes out of 9, almost a unanimous POG votes. That Axeman was doing a fantastic work in this game for Genji. DRX really needs to tidy up their issues heading into the playoffs, so let's see what they're gonna bring for game number 2 between DRX and Genji.